Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Katja.
I'm Hayley.
And we are the Schönberg family.
And today we're going to be talking to you about how we chose our sperm donor.
Yes, we do.
And where we found him.
And where we found him.
Like my nana says. What did my nana say?
Ooh, where you got it from?
Where did you buy it from when I told her we was pregnant? Anyways, so yesterday we did a poll on Instagram and you guys voted for this video, so we hope it's good. We are sorry if it's a little bit all over the place. It's actually really hard. We've filmed this twice already to discuss and explain how and where and the process we chose.
Yeah, because it's kind of a wide range. It has like a lot to it. It sounds actually simple, but it isn't.
It's
when
not.
we created some questions for us to just have a guideline. But it is not as easy, so we don't want to make it too boring, and we just
want to get into it.
All right.
So let's go. Because our sperm donor, the one that we're pregnant with, from European Sperm Bank, and we did 2 tries of IUI before that in another clinic, and we used Kairos International.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so basically the one that worked was from European Sperm Bank.
Doesn't mean the others are bad, but
yeah, it was just luck.
It's
basically.
just us, like. We chose an open donor. First of all, it was important to us that we can tell, like, our little baby girl one day what her origins are, like her background, that she can get in touch with the donor at some point, maybe ask questions, maybe find a connection, and
if she's interested.
Well, we don't know, like, you cannot predict what's gonna be in 17 years. Plus, for treatment in Germany, you have to have an open donor because they save all the data about the donor in the so-called donor registry, and they reach out to our child when she's 17 or 18 to hand over information, contact detail information, and yeah, this is how it is basically.
Yeah, and in Denmark, where we had our treatment the first time, it's also possible to choose an anonymous donor. It's also cheaper, less expensive to choose an anonymous,
a non-open donor.
Yeah, I can't say that word. A non-open donor, but from the very beginning we didn't want to do that. We know a few families that have chosen an anonymous donor. I cannot speak, honestly.
Doesn't matter. You know,
and that works for them, and that's great. But like you have to decide for yourself basically which way you want to go. And for us, it was always clear, open donor.
Because we picked an open donor,
yeah,
we had the choice of a lot of background information, like
profession, medical, family history,
psychological evaluation. We got a voice message or like an interview that got recorded from the sperm bank, a handwritten letter,
photographs,
mostly children pictures. Because you can kind of upgrade on some websites to see adult pictures, but it never was important to us.
You could pay on some of the websites. I can't remember which one it was. I don't know if it's European Sperm Bank. You can pay like €200 more to see adult photos. Not every donor will have this option, but you can pay more to see. But it was never really we didn't really mind. We didn't need to see that, did we?
Because so open donor, kind of a lot of information besides the basics you get anyways for hair color, eye color, height.
And this you put into the website. So when you're going onto the website, you can search brown hair, brown eyes, height, weight,
kind of
profession,
race. Like if you want to have or Caucasian, or if you're interested in Asian. You can have a lot of things you can just put in the list.
And then it pulls up the profiles for you to see what your matches are. It's really like a dating website. It's a bit odd. It is a bit weird.
It is. It's a catalogue.
For us, it's not weird no more. It's like, oh, sperm bank. But when I described this to my family, they're like, what, like Tinder? Like the bit like Tinder.
Yeah. In our donor, we looked actually for different stuff. You was interested in different criteria than I have been.
Yeah, we had totally different outlooks from the beginning. So like from the beginning, when we looked through the websites, we decided it was easier to stick with one website. So we chose Kairos International, because it was back then the least expensive,
Yeah.
and it had more choice. And when we were searching and looking through them, we could see that Katja was more interested in looking at the
kind of like interests,
hobbies,
what he does with his life. Like education was less important to me. Like it doesn't matter to me if you just learned a job or if you have a university degree, but like if you're crafty, if you're interested in science, nature, like if you have a
Katja
wide range.
Katja was reading the profiles like really a lot, like thoroughly, no?
Yeah.
Whereas me, sounds a bit awful, I kind of filtered them down as to which, it sounds horrible.
No, but it isn't, because this is our way.
I filtered them down as to which photo I thought was the cutest. It sounds horrible, but that's what I did. I didn't do that at the end when we got the donor that worked.
This is how we started off.
Yeah, this is how we started off. Basically, I just filtered down to which was the cutest baby, and then we looked through the description. Yes, and I also was very interested in the medical history of the family, mainly because I'm the one carrying, and in my family there is a lot of a lot of my family members have like cancer or various medical problems, conditions, and I didn't want to find a donor with the same background because I just didn't want to do that.
It's just more like to be careful.
Be careful.
Like, when you can pick, you pick the best. So
basically, yeah. But they're all healthy on there. They've all had background checks and screening, and I think it takes like a year to become a sperm donor in some parts of the world, and they have so many tests to go through that they say like out of 100 donors, only like
7% make it.
Literally 7 to 10% make it. So when you're buying the sperm, it's good.
Well selected.
Yep. We started looking in August 2019 when we was on honeymoon.
Exactly.
Literally, I got very excited.
Yeah, and it was a good time because we was chilled. We didn't have anything to worry about. Our wedding was done. And
I was like, we're married now, let's go, baby time.
We could focus on planning, and this is what we did. So we started searching.
Yeah, and we got a few down, whittled them down. Like I whittled them down to what they look like. And then we checked like almost every day until we bought the donor. And we kept like doing kind of like eliminations, like something's not right. Next day we would look again until finally we had 2 or 3 donors, and then we just chose one. So I think it took us, when was that? August, and then we had our first treatment in
November.
August. So like 3 months.
3 months was preparation for the clinic and getting you kind of ready as well to find the right cycle.
No, but that's how long it took for us to find our donor.
Yeah, but
3
actually
months.
I think we picked it quite quick. I think I would say 2 months.
Yeah, it was quick. So yeah, and then the donor that worked, it was like in the space of 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was more.
It was literally like the 2 donors before that, we like highly intensely was looking.
Researching
and but still there was always that weird feeling of, I don't think it's the right one. I don't know why. I didn't feel the connection at all.
We've both been great, but I always said that the final decision you gonna do.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't click for you,
But I think that I was telling myself that it was clicking. Do you know, looking back, like, I think that I don't know, looking back now, I think they weren't right, but at the time I thought there was right ones.
Yeah, but back to the one that worked for us, it was like a 10-minute pick.
Basically, yeah. Because like every time we would do a treatment, we'd pick a new donor because, like I said, we thought it would be like bad luck to use the same one if it didn't work before. So we chose a different donor every time.
It's just what we
And
did.
then we found one donor that we liked for the last IUI. And just before we was going to go buy him, we was laid in bed and I was like, let me just look for another...
Just check it
Just
again.
check it again because there was something still not quite right. And we found at our clinic, they also have a sperm bank there from European Sperm Bank, and they have men from where we live basically going in
From
to
Germany,
donate.
yeah.
So we thought, maybe we get away with the shipping fees because they're there already. Let's check on the Hamburg donors to see if anybody in our area has donated. There was 2 on there, didn't like them, didn't have anything in...
I think one was out of stock and the other one was just not us.
Not for us. And then suddenly out pops this new donor.
Like new stock.
And I clicked on him, seen the picture. To be honest, I didn't think straight away like, picture's cute, because that was like what I thought before, you know. And then I clicked on the description, read through the description, and I was like, wow.
I know, I was still asleep when she did this.
I was reading it thinking, oh my God, like I felt like I knew him.
I just woke up next to you.
And then, because then I put on the voice note to listen to, because they record like a voice note interview. And I was listening to his voice and I'm going to cry again. Like, I don't know. As soon as I listened to him, I just started crying. Like I was bawling when I was a mess.
I know, and I didn't know what was going on. I just woke up and she was crying next to me.
I was literally...
I was like...
It was as though, I don't want to sound like all cheesy now, but...
She will be.
It was as though he chose us. Well, he chose me, but then I showed her. But like, it was as though...
He came...
out of nowhere.
One,
And it was like, we was just about to buy the other donor we had in our basket. And I was like, nah, we have to get this one. I think he had 5 vials in stock. And every time we ordered a donor, we would only order like 1 vial. So I was like, we have to like buy him now. So she woke up. I was crying like a crazy one. And you instantly said,
this is the one.
This is the one. She didn't even really look at him until...
I think until after,
until after we ordered him.
I think we didn't get out of bed. We just ordered him.
I was just a mess. I was literally crying, and I honestly believe that that's when you know it's the right one. And I think the 2 before that, I didn't have that with them. I just ordered them because, like, we thought there was nice. But I think you can't just get nice. I think you have to go with
something that clicks.
Something that makes you do that. Okay, maybe not have a breakdown in the bed, but like...
In the one of our videos, you can see where we ordered him, and you can also tell that we just got up. We was
a mess.
It was a mess, but we just...
Yeah, and I just knew that he was the one, and he is like so cute, and his description as well, like, was perfect. Was perfect.
It was perfect, and it worked.
Yeah, so that's what we looked for in our donor. We didn't, the one that worked, we didn't actually look for
anything.
We didn't look for him. He just came to us.
There was a connection, and that's what we did.
As weird as it sounds.
Yeah.
He just came to us. And I truly believe that's like, was meant to happen. Because now we've got a baby girl in our belly. Well, my belly. Not in your belly. Okay. Yes, we did. Not at the beginning. We was always going through a sperm bank. Until I started to get worried that it's not going to work and we're going to have to keep going and keep going and keep going. So I started to look into the world of
all possibilities.
All possibilities. Internet sites with donors that do it just on the
help people.
to help people, but they're not regulated by a clinic. There was some, not gonna lie, some weirdos on these websites, and I connected through WhatsApp with a few.
I've never been a fan of it. I think it's creepy.
It's not creepy.
I think the way the men approach sometimes are just, it's not right. But and to me, the safest way always was a clinic.
Some women, I know a lot of women that have done it this way that I just said through the internet, and there are, not to say that there are not, there are some lovely sperm donor men out there that do it for this. But from our finding, wasn't like this. I think there was one moment where I found a guy that is like living near us, and I told him maybe we want to use you. Is that okay? And he was all for it. Anyways, we went with the clinic. I got pregnant with the donor from the sperm bank, and out of politeness, I thought, okay, I better write to him now and say, we don't want to use you anymore.
You don't have to wait for our contacts.
We're not going to contact you, but thank you for the time, because we'd spent some time talking. And I got the WhatsApp message back calling, what did he call me?
An entitled bitch.
An entitled bitch. He called me an entitled bitch because I was pregnant with another donor. So I was like, well, thank God we didn't use him.
Yeah, but besides like finding helpful people out there on the internet, there are like possibilities to ask your friends or a colleague or just someone you know.
But we didn't know anybody.
And this is also never, it was never something we felt comfortable because
I didn't want to share.
Yeah, she can't share, not even pizza.
I didn't want.
And
but a baby's not a pizza.
Yeah, I know, but it's like it never was our way. It's just not our way that we.
No, we didn't want to do that.
Share raising a child, and it works for a lot of people, and I think it's a great idea. It's a great concept, but to us, it was never on the table.
On the agenda, no. So in total, we purchased 4 vials. For the first IUI, we bought 1 vial, shipped it, used it, didn't work. We did the same for the second IUI, bought it, shipped it, didn't work. And for the last IUI, I said, let's get 2.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to do it 2 more times.
And at the new clinic.
At the new clinic. And if that didn't work, then we would look into IVF.
Yeah.
So then we would pause, wait, save up the money for IVF.
Prepare for IVF as well.
And then choose a new donor when that time would come.
Yeah. Because
we also didn't want to, I mean, it's expensive. Like every vial is, well, I think this comes in, no, we haven't got that question. So every vial costs like, on Kairos International, it was €690.
Plus shipping.
And with the shipping and with everything else, 1 vial to ship was €1,000.
Around, yeah, it was around.
And we just don't have that. We never wanted to like get into debt, so we had to do it how we could afford it. And that's how we could afford it, basically, is 1 vial per time. But I think that even if we could have afforded like 8 or 5 vials, they recommended 5, we still wouldn't have done it because...
No. Because we never really settled for the donor. I think that was also... let's try it with 1 vial, if it works or not. And then we always said, okay, we see how we feel by the time after. And
with the donor that we really loved, I would have bought all the vials, but we just didn't have the money to do that. And I'm glad we didn't, because it worked the first time with this 1 vial. The other vial that shipped along with it has to go in the bin. We didn't use it. We lost the money. I mean, we didn't lose anything because
because as soon as you ship out of the sperm bank, and like as soon as the vial leaves the sperm bank, you have no chance to give it back.
if you buy it and leave it at the sperm bank, sometimes they offer you like a 75% refund. But as soon as that vial leaves the bank to go to your clinic and be in storage there,
you don't take it back.
They don't take it back. So you lose all your money. So if you've bought like 6 vials and the first time it works, you lose like a lot of money.
Yeah, and we bought them 2 vials to have like a continuously try. So if it wouldn't have worked the first time,
we'd have done it the next month.
We would have directly done it the next month. And this is why we ordered and shipped both of them directly.
Yeah. And I have no regrets. Even we lost some money.
But this is the risk you take, and I think
but we didn't lose it because it
worked. So we didn't lose anything. It can be a lot of money, it can be an intense process emotionally, financially, but I think we was lucky in the way we did it.
Yeah. Yes, we said this already.
We said this already. Our child is going to be able
to contact
the donor because we chose an open donor.
When she's like 17-ish. And there is lots of Facebook groups. There is a Facebook group for European Sperm Bank where you can put like the donor number or name and get in contact with other families that have used the same donor.
So she might be able to reach out to
her siblings.
Yeah.
Or diblings. I think that's a term that some people use for sperm donor siblings. Diblings.
All right, okay.
And I think in Germany they've allowed 10 or 15 families. So per family, they can use a donor.
Yeah.
Like they can have 10 or 15 families in Germany. Every country has its own regulations, but ours is 10 or 15.
So our child will have the possibility to reach out to the donor and in best case meet siblings, diblings, whatever it's called. So
yeah.
I think it's a great concept.
Yeah. Like Katja said, she always said ultimately it was my decision because I would be the one carrying. And I think that's really important for the connection, maybe psychologically or hormonally.
I think it is important. And
but you had, like, if Katja wouldn't like the donor but I liked it, I wouldn't say, well, I'm taking it. I would say, okay, then let's keep looking, because Katja is the mammy or mama. We haven't decided what we're going to call us yet. You are the mum as well, so it was important for me that Katja had a say equally to me as to which donor we chose.
Yeah, and to me it always was important that she feels comfortable with the pig. So
yeah,
I think in the way, like, you know already what we was looking for into a donor, and I think the way your outlooks and my outlooks came together, I think we made the right pick.
Yeah, and ultimately when I was having my breakdown in bed, it was just like, yeah, go for it, because that's
a sign.
That's a sign.
It is.
A big sign.
Almost.
Yeah, make sure you check with your clinic on storage fees and stuff like this, because there can be a lot of hidden extra costs that you're not aware about in the beginning. So make sure to ask if they charge you to store the sperm there, how long for, how much does it cost, etc, etc. And also, I don't want to say to do it because it worked for us, but it might not work for other people. Doing the 1 vial per try really saved us a lot of, I don't know how to say it. I feel like it helped us financially too.
I mean, it seems more important in the first place because you always have the additional shipping costs than ordering like a couple of vials plus one-time shipping. But for us, it worked out this way better, like ordering 1, having shipping costs.
I'm glad we ordered less than more, because it worked the third time. Because we'd shipped 2 vials the third time and the first one worked, I could probably, that's fine, but I would probably be crying if we'd ordered like, don't know, 10,000 euros worth of sperm and it all has to go in the bin. Like, I would love to give it to somebody, or to not even get the money back, just to have the possibility to give it to someone.
but it's not possible. So we researched this as well.
Our clinic, it doesn't allow it. I don't know about other clinics. Maybe it is for other clinics, but
in our country it's not possible.
It's not possible.
It's
So make sure to check with your clinic
Mm-hmm.
how many they would recommend. And just because they recommend to ship 5 doesn't mean to say that you have to ship 5 vials.
in the end, like what we recommend doing, if you're looking for a sperm donor to create your family, just take your time. Like take your time, talk to each other, settle down, find the right way for yourself. Like don't rush into things.
Be safe.
Be safe, and rather give it a month more than 1 to less. Like sometimes age is a big important point, but a month is not making the difference. So just.
But saying that, we found our donor in 10 minutes, the last one. So
yeah, okay, maybe just listen to your heart
just
as well.
listen to your heart. That's what I would say. I would say just listen to what you're feeling, what you both feel.
Mm.
That's all I can say on that. And just go careful online if you're doing it not through a sperm bank.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there is some dodgy people.
Yeah.
There is some lovely people, but there are some dodgy people. So just stay safe.
Stay safe. Take your time. Go by your heart.
And lastly, our donor. We're not going to say too much about our donor, but we can say he is Danish.
Yeah.
All the donors we chose were Danish because we got them from a Danish sperm bank. They're all Danish. Our baby is
Half Danish.
by blood. Brown hair.
Brown eyes.
Artistic, but very intelligent. And this was a good factor for us to have.
I don't know, but
Because I am a very artistic person, but I'm not very intelligent. So I was so happy that this guy seems to be super intellectual. So hopefully the two meet together and create a miracle. Well, she's going to be a miracle anyways. She doesn't have to be intelligent.
It's a good match.
It's a good match. Yeah. And we don't want to say much more about our donor, but that's our donor. He's artistic and as well as intelligent. Brown hair, brown eyes, beautiful.
Because
According to the woman on the phone that told us he is beautiful, and we was like,
yeah.
Do you see pictures we don't see? And she was like, yeah. And we was like, can we have some? And she said no. So
we tried it because I called after we purchased the vials.
yeah.
I just called the sperm bank here in Hamburg and had a lovely lady on the telephone, and she helped us a lot, and she gave us a lot of information, and she was like, oh my god, he's so good looking.
I was like,
and I was like,
are you looking at what we're looking at? Because we just have like a baby picture from when he's like 3. I mean, he's cute, but you wouldn't say, oh, he's so good looking. It's a weird thing to say.
yeah, but she was banging on about him, and of course she has the files like.
Yeah, she could see the pictures we couldn't see. But one day, our daughter should be able to get those pictures. But we can't.
Yeah. So, but we tried.
But we tried. It didn't work.
Didn't work. All right.
That's it.
So we hope we could answer you on our way.
It's a
of
boring
choosing.
video.
It's not.
It's a boring video. It's just us chatting for half an hour.
But I hope we could help you with. We could answer you some questions on our way of finding our donor.
Yes.
Not the most interesting, but the next one will be. If you have any recommendations or comments, just let us know. Requests.
Recommendations. Comment down below. Let us know.
Let us know. But yeah, let us know what you want to see, what you want to know. We're here. We have time. We're on quarantine.
Quarantine 5 days. Okay. Auf Wiedersehen. And thank you for watching.
See you soon.
Bye bye.